These are the key points you got to think about when you're doing cleans of any sort. First of all, we're going after the stimulus, and so you want to pick the type of exercise at the proper progression that's going to allow you to get the desired stimulus. Now, either way, you have to become efficient enough at the movement in order to get the right stimulus. So you got to practice the movement first, and then you can get the benefits of it. And so obviously doing a progression or regression that's a little bit lower level of skill, if you're not as skilled, is going to allow you to get the stimulus that you're desiring a lot quicker and a lot easier, less barrier of entry, essentially. But I think personally that any type of clean can be mastered fairly frequently if you give it a little bit of time and a little bit of the right dosage, prescription, and understanding. So first of all, just differentiating the different types of cleans. This is a girl's bar, I'm pretty sure. It's a lot lighter than I thought. Anyways, so with any clean, having a little bit of heel elevation is going to be helpful, but we are not Olympic lifters, so the goal is not to, move as much weight as humanly possible, hit certain numbers. The goal is to get a stimulus that causes power and speed and just moves weight quickly and explosively. And so, heel elevation is great because it's going to help you catch a little bit better, prevent, drifting forward, things like that. But coming up on your toes isn't the worst thing ever because, again, we're not like form critics out here. It's not like it's the Olympics where, again, it has to be perfect, but we want it to be efficient. So we're going for efficiency and the right stimulus over perfection. But sometimes having heel elevated shoes can help, but it's not necessary. So the first thing is a power clean is when you start from the floor, and if I had some weights on here, and you're going here. Okay, so you're not catching in a full squat, you are just catching here. Or, sometimes if the weight's really heavy, you're catching here. A hang is when you're starting from here and going here. Okay, so power is from the floor, hang is from this starting position. And there's many different variations in between that you can do. You can do split catches, you can catch here, press type thing. But the main difference between the two is this one's going to require more speed, this one's going to require more power. Okay, so the first thing you have to understand about this movement is it's not a pull. Okay, you are not pulling the weight off the ground, you are jumping and you are catching. Okay, so you're here like this, you jump, catch. Okay, here, jump, catch. Where the bar hits should be anywhere from like here to here. This is where the bar should hit. And when you're jumping, you're not like pulling with your arms. Your arms should stay nice and relaxed. One thing I like to think about is having my wrists like this as I'm pulling the bar. Okay, so I'm not actually like, yanking the bar. I'm just here relaxed and just shooting my hips into the bar. So we're here, relaxed, there, shooting the hips into the bar. Okay, here, relaxed, shooting the hips into the bar. And it's not like a Romanian deadlift, okay? So Romanian deadlift is simply just a hinge like this. We are coming down like this, okay? So we do have some forward knee translation here, like that. Okay, so we're here, jumping, and when we come here, look, knees come forward. Look, knees come forward, okay? And when we're jumping, we want to keep the bar as close to our body as possible. So starting off to practice, you can go here and, kick out just to practice the hip power. But when you actually start to perform the motion, we're going here and we're just letting the bar rise. Okay, so don't even pull the bar, let the bar rise. An easy way to learn this, and honestly a simpler exercise, is just the simple straight arm overhead clean. So again, you're just here like this and you're trying to jump and catch overhead. This is by far the easiest way to do this and to learn this, because you're jumping, catching overhead. That might by itself provide the stimulus that you need. Obviously, you're not going to go for weight. You're not going to go as heavy as if you're doing a normal power clean or hang clean. But, this is just a very low level, learn how to jump and catch type thing. So, a couple other things to talk about is after you're, jumping and catching, foot position doesn't matter. Whatever is really more conducive for you. You'll see guys jump and, they'll catch really wide like that. That's totally fine, but I would focus more just on, what's most natural with your body, figuring out where and how to set up. And then one of the other differences is like in a deadlift, you want to be fairly close to the bar when you set up. So you want the bar to be like kind of like over your shoelaces, with a clean, you want the bar more to be over like the front foot, because you want to give some room for your knees to come forward as you're coming down. Okay, so instead of the bar being close here, the bar should be like right there, and your knees should come forward, and then we come here. But again, that also depends on, you know, how big your feet are and things like that too. So find the best leverage point for you. So last point is going to be the catch part. So really it is just a jump. If you really just wanted to get the stimulus of power cleans, you just go here and you jump, okay? But there's tendency to, you know, try to pull, things like that. Some people just do that. You can get like a, you know, this is a good stimulus, okay? But just add a jump to that, you know? But what I see that is a really great stimulus is actually the catch, okay? So you come here, quickly catching, and then, you know, kind of throwing the weight off. That's a pretty powerful stimulus. That it's, you know, you don't want to just miss that stimulus. You don't want to be like, all right, I caught it, cool, drop it. I like jumping, catching here, and just kind of like, you know, exploding after I catch. And so first thing about the catch is it's a catch, okay? So you're not yanking and then here, right? If you're in this position, one or two things are happening. Number one, you don't have the right structure. So you need to work on your external rotation a little bit. You need to like open up your shoulders and maybe loosen up your triceps and open up your thoracic spine. But the second thing about the catch is maybe you just haven't practiced it enough. So you just need to get used to this. Everyone's gonna be different. Might wanna go a little bit more narrow, might wanna go a little bit wider, but just practice this, you know? Get comfortable in this range of motion. All right, so just get really good at this. And then you wanna think about jumping and catching. So here you're just jumping, and then you're getting underneath the bar. So it's not a pull to your chest right here, it's jumping and catching. Jumping and catching. And that is essentially the basics of clean. Final notes is you're pulling the bar, you wanna make sure that the bar is as close to your body as possible. So if you pull the bar and it comes out here, it's gonna be way harder to get underneath the bar. So the closer you keep the bar, the easier it's gonna be to catch it, and the easier it's gonna be to stay on the forefoot instead of, you know, drifting forward like this. The other thing is you can use a what's called a Olympic lifting grip, which is where you grab the bar like this. So you're wrapping your thumb around. That's going to give you a little bit stronger grip. Might feel a little bit uncomfortable starting off, but you're going to get a little bit more grip on the bar. And the last thing is you want to not overextend, but as you pull, you want to think about your body being in this extended position right here, okay? So instead of here, you don't want to pull like this, okay? Because then you're just going to get right here. You want to start off in this extended position, all right? And then lastly, if you're having trouble with, you know, this starting position, maybe you're really tall, feel free to elevate the starting point on your power clean a little bit. So maybe add a couple of, you know, plates or boxes or something. So instead of, you know, starting down here, if you're really tall, you're starting right here, you know, and that's going to help you with the pull a little bit more.